welcome to Issues and Insights. I'm your host today, Melanie Parker. I'm the Marketing Director for the Right Legacy Group. I have 3 guests today. I'm going to intro them and we're going to jump right in because we got a lot of great information to cover and we don't want to miss a thing. Here we have Renee Hutchison, the Director of the Hardin County Public Library. We have Julia Springsteen, co-founder of Friends of Hardin County Animal Shelter. Welcome. And Bishop Noah Santiago, President of the Hispanic League of Hardin County. Welcome. Glad to have you all. We're going to jump right in. Wagon Tales, tell us about that, Julia.
Friends of Hardin County Animal Shelter started the Wagon Tales program actually earlier this year. We had a trial run in January, and we asked community children to come in and read to the shelter dogs. It's benefits the children who are new readers. It's for ages 5 to 10. If they may not be very confident in reading aloud or reading at all, then they have a very uncritical audience when it comes to shelter dogs.
Judgment-free zone there,
exactly.
Isn't it? I love that.
And nobody corrects their words. Nobody tells them to hurry up. They can just read and tell stories. It builds up their confidence as public speakers, but also as readers.
Right. I saw something about that in the News Enterprise.
Yes.
They had the picture and. Oh, fabulous.
And it also helps the shelter dogs become a little bit more socialized, because many of our dogs, the shelter is a very stressful situation, and many of them don't do well getting forced to interact with people. And so having somebody sit outside their kennel, not staring directly at them, but sitting sideways, so it's very non-confrontational, and speaking to the dogs in a nice voice and slipping them a few treats, that doesn't hurt.
Sure.
It lets the dog approach the kennel gate or get up close just at their own time and their own pace. And so it benefits definitely both sides.
That is a brilliant idea. I think it's a win-win for the child and for the dog. So have you had any of the children's families come back to adopt a dog?
Not yet.
Not yet, but it's new. It's new because I can see we have 7 children, and I can imagine that we would probably wind up with at least 1 dog in a situation like that.
We're certainly hoping so. But we have 5 sessions total, so we've got 4 more. It's every other Monday. And most of the kids, they definitely wanted to remember the name of the dog who they read to. And Joellen Thomas, one of our board members, and she's a retired educator, she does the instructions ahead of time and the wrap up afterward. And she's great speaking with the kids and asking, well, how was your dog? What did you see? What do you think about this dog and that? So
how does someone get signed up to do that? If I have a grandchild that's visiting or something like that wanted to do it?
Sign-ups are all online. Okay. It's www.focus.org, friendsofhardincountyanimalshelter.org. I think most of our sessions are full right now, but we are talking about adding some additional sessions.
Great.
And also we partner with the library to do this, and awesome. Renee and her youth services team came with books and helped out and gave us support as well. So
wonderful.
It's really fun.
Yeah, you can also sign up through the library website.
Oh, okay.
And
wonderful.
One thing I noticed was that the children first had to listen to the instructions. Miss Joellen was so good and so patient, explaining this is how we're going to do this process. This is when you give the treat. This is why you give the treat. And it was interesting to me to watch the children really pay attention and do as they were told. Then they got to talk.
Right.
And she related that afterward to being in a classroom. And are you one of the ones that talks while your teacher's trying to explain? Are you a barker or do you sit still? I thought that was good.
Well, animals are therapeutic anyway. And even as a shelter dog, they're helping a child. That is phenomenal. Whoever came up with that idea is brilliant. Brilliant.
I can't take credit for it.
And you all also have a Facebook page, right? So if people want to like you on Facebook, I have liked that, and there's some good information on there, and I've probably wanted to adopt several dogs that I've seen on there. So I certainly encourage our audience to do that. Renee, you have some other great things coming up at the library. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we do. We have a special week coming up next week, June 20th through June 24th. It is an advocacy committee created by our library board, and they brought in some outside people that wanted to use the library to showcase the arts.
Oh, wow.
So we have music and singing and art as well as storytelling.
Oh, wow.
And it starts Monday, if I can refer to my notes for just a second.
I always have mine close by. No
Monday,
problem.
we have Mayor Edna Berger of Elizabethtown, and Bryce Shoemate is the Community Events Coordinator for Hardin County.
Well, you can't go wrong with that duo, can you?
He's representing Judge Barry for us. And also Trish Caldwell from Trish Cottle, I think I said that wrong, from Wolf Radio.
Yeah, I love
and
her.
they are coming Monday at 1 o'clock to read stories to the children.
Oh.
And Tuesday, and also Monday night, we have something for the adults. We have outdoor yoga in the yard.
I need to check that out.
At
I'm a
6
young yogi myself.
At
I'll have to check it
6
out.
p.m. I'm a beginner.
Me too.
But I
will always be a beginner
I
yogi.
am too. In fact, the young lady teaching the class was started with me, and now she's an
Aw,
instructor.
wow.
Her name's Sally, and this is sponsored by In Touch Fitness. And
Okay.
that's so nice of them to do
Yes,
it.
it is.
Tuesday, we have Marty Fulkerson and Greg Milby. Marty, is a city council member, and Greg is with Quixie.
Oh, and what are
they're-
they going to do?
They're going to read funny stories to the children.
Marty's an auctioneer. You'll have to tell him to slow it down.
We might have to. We might. And
Yeah.
Greg is hilarious.
He is. He's awesome.
But they have a series of books I think they're going to read to the kids. And then right after that, the Nutty Scientists are coming.
Oh, that's a fabulous
We've
program.
had them. I think they made their debut with us when
Really?
they first started. And they had a crowd full, and we're excited to have that.
Yeah.
And then in Radcliffe that same day, the police chief, Jeff Cross, will be reading to children for a special story hour
What a great guy.
at the North Branch.
Awesome.
And then going on the week, Wednesday, we have Command Sergeant Major Bobby Wooldridge.
Oh, wow.
And he is doing a program outside, also in the amphitheater, called Read with a Soldier. And he has several good stories selected.
Oh, my gosh.
And we hope to have something special for the children to see.
That is great. I'm going to have to clear my calendar for next week, it sounds like.
And we have 2 more days.
Oh, my gosh.
Thursday, we have a special story time
Fun
with
keeps coming.
Susan Byers is doing story time with music, and she's bringing an auto harp and a dulcimer. And that is at 12 noon in the meeting room. And then that evening, also in the amphitheater, we have Matt and Joanna Black.
Oh,
They'll be
really?
doing folk singing.
Oh, my gosh.
And we also have Friends of the Library meeting
Right.
at
Well,
the
there
same
you go.
time. So we hope everyone will go to the little meeting and then go
Yes.
out back and enjoy the amphitheater.
The library has so much going on. Anyone who says they're bored in Hardin County is just lazy.
Yes.
Well,
Honestly.
we want to have something for the whole family, and all these activities
Yes.
are. And then Friday, we wrap it up with art. Regina Williams is doing a special program for kids in the lobby.
Oh, okay.
And you do have to register for that one. I want to stress that all programs are free, but that one...
That is in my budget. I don't
and
know
that
about
one
you
is
all.
also free, but we certainly don't want to spend extra money on supplies that we
Sure.
don't need. So
Absolutely.
we ask that you call the library.
So that one's
and-
more interactive.
It is.
Oh, okay.
That they will take home something.
Wonderful.
And I don't yet know if it's going to be
Can you be
pastels
40-ish
or-
and do that, or do you have to be little?
It's for grades 1 through 4.
I'll bring a couple grandbabies, and
We
then
had
they
to-
can get me in
that
there,
would-
right?
That would be fun. But
Wow.
one thing I do want to stress that no matter what you do this summer, it is so important to read to your children and let them read. That
Yes.
recent statistics show that if children read 11 minutes a day, they fall in the 50th percentile.
Fabulous.
But if they read 38 minutes a day, they're in the 90th percentile.
Yes.
And that's
Don't-
a huge jump.
Right. Don't forget, the internet's fabulous. Don't forget the library, folks.
And
You know?
in addition to the library, there are so many things that both school systems are doing with school-age children during the summer, and the Get Ready Camp is sponsored by our friends at the Central Kentucky Community Foundation. That's for ages birth through 5, and they're halfway through their program. I think it goes through July 1st. And they have a morning location in E-Town in Radcliffe and then an afternoon location.
Right.
And you can get all that information on our website, or you can
Right, and
Google
you have a great event calendar
Get
on there
Ready.
as well. I've seen that. My 4-year-old granddaughter got her first library book last week
Oh,
from
did she?
Hardin County, and she was so proud.
Oh.
And it teaches them responsibility too, because she said, "This is borrowed, Mimi. I have to be careful with it."
That's what we want.
So that, and it just. It's great engagement for them. I'm so glad you all are there.
Oh, well, we enjoy doing it.
Your,
That's-
whoever plans your programs does a wonderful
We
job.
have excellent staff.
Yes,
We do.
definitely. All right, moving on, sir. We have Bishop Noel Santiago, president of the Hispanic League of Hardin County. You are a nonprofit, correct?
ma'am.
Can
Yes,
you tell
ma'am.
us a little bit about your organization?
We are an organization that try to help those that come new to the Hardin County that can't speak English.
Okay.
It is a problem for them, the lack of communication.
I'm sure it's scary.
Yes, and just a regular thing of a normal life. So we created this league to help them feel more welcome and know that they don't have to be alone here.
Right.
They have someone that can do stuff with them. and the language shouldn't be a barrier.
No, I agree. So what kind of programs what sort of things do you help them with?
Well, first of all, we help them in any type of translation. I mean, if you have to go in and turn your light on, change your driver's license, address, apply for a medical card, things like that, that you can't do unless you speak English, we'll provide someone free of charge that will go and meet them at wherever they have to go, and we will be there with them until they do what they need to do.
That is huge. I can't imagine going to like an emergency room or something like that and not being able to communicate.
And that happens every day here in Hardin County.
Right.
And that's why we want to do this for those. We have a lot of people that come here, and they come probably through the Army. And I have become with people that they come here, their husband leave to wherever they get deployed, and they're here by themselves.
Right.
They can speak the language, they don't know what to do, and we want to help them. We want to make sure that they know that they can pick up the phone, make a call, someone is going to answer to them in Spanish, and they could ask for help. And that's also, we are trying to help those who can turn on a computer. Everything that's done through the computer system, most of the application. So we go there and they go there, they don't know how to do it. We teach them how to at least get, something going on. Plus we help them get into the web and fill out an application and things like that, basic stuff that we might take it for granted.
Absolutely.
But some people, they can't do it.
Right. My father was in the military, and we spent many years in Germany. And I remember sometimes out on the economy, it could be a little bit of a challenge. It was exciting for us, but it was a temporary situation.
Yes.
But here, this is their permanent home, and that can be scary. I can't imagine. So you help with housing, you help with the fundamental living things, employment.
Yes, a lot of people, they are professional. I mean, we're talking about people that went to college, have a great degree, but they can't speak the language.
Right.
And that's where it becomes a barrier. And we are so happy to be partnered with the public library. And we meet at the library every Mondays and Thursdays from 10 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. And we bring the computers, we sit them down, and help them. I imagine it's hard to be a professional in a field, whatever field they do. And when they come to apply for a job, they can because they can speak the language.
Starting completely over.
So one of the things that we do is we try to encourage everyone to learn English by providing them the address and the places, the time where they can go and learn how to speak English, basic English.
Is that free as well?
Yes, that's free. Everything we do is free, no
That's
charge,
great.
and all the volunteers that work at the Hispanic League, we don't make any money. We offer the time, free. We have people that are retired, and we have people that work, but they want to give an extra hours to the community, and they all do it for free because they enjoy helping the community.
That's fabulous.
So we encourage anyone that is watching, if you know of someone, you might know English, but maybe a family member, someone who works with you, have a person that can speak the language, please give them our phone number and tell them where to go. We want to help them.
That is great. And you're a bishop.
Yes.
So is this a religious-driven program?
No, not at all. I'm a pastor. I've been a minister for 35 years almost, and but this has nothing. The Hispanic League has nothing to do with religion. You don't have to believe what I believe. You don't have to, anything. If you need help, we want to help you.
Good.
Regardless if you believe what I believe or not, we just want to help you. Another thing that I want to say is we're not looking for legal citizens. Anyone that is here, legal or not, they have the same right. We can probably direct you, or help you to become legal, by helping you do some paperwork that you have to do, or by getting you to meet people that can help you to make that transition on becoming legal in this country. So If someone is not legal, they might think, I don't want to show my
Sure.
face.
You don't want that to be a deterrent
Exactly.
from getting help.
Have no fear. I'm not, no one is there looking for what you do. Most of the people that have gone and that have participated in this program, we don't even ask private questions, just your name, so we can show, the government that we are helping people. And that's basically, if we don't need to know, when you came to this country and things like that.
Sure.
Or if you're legal or not. We just want to, what's your need? And we want to help you.
What a wonderful, passion-driven organization.
Thank you.
That's a fabulous service.
I would
for
like to
people.
add that we have been hosting, we're partnering with the Migrant Workers Program. In the last 2 weeks, the children have been in the library. They've been inside, outside, everywhere.
Awesome.
And we handed out some of their brochures because, of course, the children do speak English, but a lot of the parents don't.
Right.
Most of
That's
the
the
people
challenge.
that can't speak the language, they rely on their kids because they go
They
to school, they learn faster. But we have noticed that during school year, they can do a lot of things because kids are in school.
Right.
And by the time they come home from school and things like that, most of the offices are closed. And so they have to depend on a friend to take a couple of hours off work, go with them. We don't want to be a burden. If you need to do something, the Hispanic League is there. We have a phone that is 24 hours a day. You can call, leave a message. Those phones are being monitored every hour. Someone calls and see if we got any messages. Technology today lets you know that you have a message anywhere. So someone is going to get a hold of you and talk to you and help you as quick as we can.
That's wonderful. Thank you for taking care of our Hispanic neighbors.
Thank you.
That's fabulous. What a great organization. And all of this filters through
Through the library.
Hardin County Public Library.
We also have some English-Spanish resources available there. The majority of them are online. We do have some print, some bilingual books we're trying to push toward the North Branch's collection to help get your program going. But we also have learning mechanisms and some other databases that are available in Spanish as well as English.
And we're trying to raise Spanish book and bilingual book so we could donate to the library and make that maybe bigger, selection of literature. So I've gotten a couple that I'm putting together to bring to the library and donate it to the library. I think it's fabulous what they're doing with kids and the programs they do, and now we want to also help them.
Absolutely. It's sort of a give back situation. I know that the library on a regular basis will have a fundraiser, like a big book sale or something like that. So I encourage folks to keep an eye on your calendar.
Yes.
So that they know when those things are coming up, so that you can get new books and new resources and help with these types of programs.
Well, as a matter of fact, we have one coming up.
Do you?
If I can tell you
Well, I
about
didn't
it.
even know that, I swear. That's awesome.
It is our Friends of the Library group is in their 3rd year, and they do a spring and a fall book sale
Great.
annually. But we're trying something special this summer, and I believe it is on July 16th. At the North Branch, and that's a Saturday. And what we decided to do this time is to sell mainly bestsellers that are very gently used, and of course they will be sold for maybe $2 or $3. Our regular book sales, the books go for 50 cents or $1. But since these are more valuable and they can possibly be given to someone or just added to your collection, we will be doing that on a Saturday, and the hours are from 9 till 2 at the North Branch. We've never had a book sale there. They've always
North Branch is
at the
that
North Branch in Radcliffe.
Fabulous.
And that's where the Hispanic League is meeting. It's in
Good.
our Radcliffe
I spent a lot of
branch.
time. I went to North Hardin, so I spent
Oh,
a lot
well,
of
it's
time
right
in that
across
library.
the school then, for
Yes.
those that don't know.
North
And we
Loxton Parkway.
Yes, and we want everyone that's interested in becoming a member of the Friends of the Library, they can go to our website and fill out a membership form.
Okay, well, good. Yeah, and support the fundraisers, folks, because look at the wonderful programs that you will be supporting the library, plus all of the other things that they do. I wanted to ask about the shelter.
Yes.
Do you all take volunteers? Are you ever looking for volunteers?
We are
How can the
always
community get involved with the shelter?
The shelter accepts volunteers starting at age 14.
Okay.
Those are our junior volunteers. From age 14 to 16, students can come in with their parents or guardians. And then 17 to 18, they're paired up with other volunteers, mostly for safety, but also just for helping, get around. And then after that, over 18, obviously they're adults, and Every volunteer goes through a training class. 20 hours of shadowing an experienced volunteer, so they get the ins and the outs and the procedures. They learn, I mean, every dog is so different, and so they learn the different techniques for getting certain kinds of dogs out of kennels, and most importantly, getting them back in.
I bet.
Whether it takes a handful of treats or just go in first and be real sweet. But we are always looking for regular volunteers. In the summer, we usually have a great number that come and walk the dogs, because if the shelter staff is rather small and limited, and so they're caring for the dogs and doing everything they can, but they don't always have time to walk them, and they certainly can't walk. We have 72 kennels, and it's not always even one dog per kennel. So in the back, sometimes it's more than one dog a kennel. So we can't always, the staff cannot always walk them. So we rely on the volunteers. I say we, I'm a volunteer, I'm not a staff. But the volunteers are critical, and so we always are looking for them. Or if you're not a dog person, you can help with the cats.
Yes.
You can show people the cats. You can help clean the litter boxes. It's not glamorous, but it's very helpful.
How far do they walk them? Do you have a track, or where do they walk?
We have a back play yard where you can go out and throw the balls for them, or teach them. We ask the volunteers sometimes if they know actually how to train a dog, take a handful of treats and teach. See if the dog knows how to sit. See how the dog acts. Most of them, many dogs that come into the shelter already know how to sit, they fetch, some come in with beautiful manners, and it just takes asking them and working with the dogs on a regular basis to understand them better, so we can get them adopted soon.
So it would be a good outlet for exercise if you had a seasoned couple who walks the mall or something like that. Why not twofold, come over there, get some exercise, enjoy a dog, and volunteer?
It's definite exercise, because the shelter, on Saturday, their shelter's open from 12 to 4, and so if you're walking dogs for 4 hours, you're covering probably 3 to 5 miles.
Wow.
Between going through the hallways of the shelter and out back and around the backyard and everywhere. So it's fantastic exercise, and it's just fun, and the dogs love it.
Sure. So the volunteers, they walk them. Do they do basic feeding, water?
The staff feeds and waters. The volunteers are asked to walk them. Many volunteers, they'll scoop out the kennels if it happens to be a mess, and refill the water bowls. More experienced volunteers are allowed to groom the dogs. We have a groom room so they can wash them and blow dry them and cut out any mats or just clean them up.
And they could actually learn a trade
Absolutely.
doing those things. I thought about that when you're talking about the children reading to the dogs. That might spark something in them, some sort of passion for something later in life with the animals.
Definitely.
Well, it looks like we're just about out of time. Thank you all so much. I know you probably are looking for donations to food, any of that. Check out their website.
Yes, the shelter always needs, especially right now, it's kitten season. So kitty litter, kitten food, milk replacement formula for kittens is always needed, especially in the summer.
Gotcha. And Bishop, thank you. Thank you for your passion, taking care of our Hispanic neighbors. If anyone knows anyone, please refer. This is a great program. The contact information will be on the screen. Thank you. We appreciate you being here, appreciate your time. And Renee, the library rocks.
Thank you, Melanie.
It really does.
It
really does. And I'm not just saying that because my granddaughter now is hooked.
I know.
But the programs, every time I go in there, and I'm in there regularly, the calendar of events I pull, you all have something for everyone.
And everyone is a volunteer. All of the presenters, we don't pay, other libraries do, but we don't because we don't have the means to do it. And we still are fortunate to have so many good people that want to share their skills and their talents.
And you have the amphitheater.
Yes.
People need to check that out.
Yes.
They need to check it out.
We are using it more and more, and we're working on landscaping right now. We planted a tree yesterday back there in honor.
There you go.
It was an honor.
That's sort of symbolic, isn't it? Planting a tree at the library.
Yes.
I like that. Well, with that, we say goodbye. Thank you all so much for your time, for what you do for our community. All your contact information will be on the screen. And if anyone has any questions, these folks are awesome, very approachable. Give them a call, and they'll get you where you need to be. I'm Melanie. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you next week.